Hey, what's up, everyone? Last day of the year here. Hope you guys are excited for the new year. And we're going to be diving into the trading recap for today. It's December 31st here, 2021. And, I had a pretty crazy trading day. It was not a fun one. It was difficult. Anyways, we're going to recap it for you guys, show you what happened, show you the names I traded, and show you how everything unfolded. So today I'm actually up 216 bucks, and I got very lucky on a name, and I nailed it towards the end and was able to go positive on the day. So let me show you real quickly the performance. We'll kind of go from there. So look at this performance. This is once again the intraday P&L, or the continuous P&L for the day. So started positive, quickly went negative in my fourth trade. Dug out of that, went back to positive, got up to about 230 bucks, and then just went sideways for a while, and then boom, huge nasty trade, big loss on NTRB. That was a $877 loser, so massive loser. I want to show you what happened there. And then at the end of the day, I was really frustrated at this point, but I was able to get into one last trade on AGE and shorted it to the downside and made 974 bucks on that one. So that one took me back to positive, and I'm super grateful that that stock popped up. So let's go ahead and show you that. And I'm going to really talk about NTRB here. This was kind of the one in play for me today. And I'm frustrated on it for a couple reasons here. So it was the leading percent gainer for today. So I had my eyeballs peeled on this one. And what happened here was, market open, it kind of bounced around a bit, but then we went into this zone right here where we're flashing up right into a halt. So good stuff there. It opens up and trades higher. So I think I had a few trades on it, and they were decent. It wasn't anything great, but put some money on the table here. And then what happened here is it really started pulling back. So I kind of figured it might be done at this point. It's made its move. Now it's coming back down. It corrected, went back up, and I was watching it right in here. I think I had a quick scalp trade in there, and then it started pulling back again. And then I just thought to myself right in here, I was like, you know what? Looks like it's, I don't know. Can't really trust her right now. Kind of went for its second breakout and it failed. So I think this one, could be done for right now. So I stepped away for a second just to get a coffee and, or just to get a drink, and headed in the kitchen and, walked away for just a few minutes. And my intention was to come back and, still be looking at this one to see if something happened. And, within that time, we rush up so hard, so fast. We went from, $9 up to 10 super quick. Had a nice pullback there, a nice bull flag, nice pullback, and then it just goes ripping again and goes all the way up to 12. And so I missed that entire freaking move. And that's just gonna happen. You can't have your eyes on the market every second of the day. I mean, that's just too much in my opinion. So you're gonna miss moves is the reality of it. And this one I completely missed out on, and I was bummed out. And so when I came back, I thought, you know what, it is extended. Let's just see what happens and see if it comes crashing down or not. And right in here, I was looking at it, and it was just starting to make a move up, and I was thinking, okay, this might be a potential for a nice scalp trade just for, I don't know, 20 cents, something like that, maybe 10 cents. Just get in and out real quick, seeing as it's extended. And that was kind of an amateur move. because my first intuition was right in the sense that it's extended so much. Don't go chasing it. And instead I try to justify it and get in. And what happens? Boom. Huge flash down. So take my first big loss there, and after that was not happy with it and figured it was done. Now, there were a few other scalp trades I got in and out of, but nothing really, they were all pretty much flat. And then up to here in this spot here, I was eyeballing it thinking, okay, if we can retest that 12 area, might possibly break through it. And what happened? Amateur move again. I get back into it thinking we'd get, that test to 12 and maybe go past it. And we just didn't get it, and we got another breakdown. So I just got so frustrated with it. And then we get into this whole zone here where it was, I should have just, I don't know, taken this one off the list for the time being just to watch it, but kept watching it, and I thought to myself here, this is holding really, really strong, this whole zone here. And it seems like it's forming a pretty sturdy base around 1090. And, I think there's going to be potential for either a breakout or a dropout. And so I'm going to see if I can buy on some of these dips and then sell for the potential break. Even if it is a fake out, I can try to kind of buy low here and then sell on that quick rip to the upside. And I really thought to myself, I mean, it's been going sideways for such a while now that it's either going to rip hard to the upside or it's going to rip hard to the downside. And, lo and behold, if we can get in right in this area here, and we get the rip to the side that I'm not hoping for, and we get a huge rush down. And so here's the deal is I knew what was going on, and I knew it had potential to go either way. And because of that, I basically I sized in too much. That was my mistake there, and I definitely, ate the damages, and we ripped down, and I just got super frustrated with it, and ended up selling for a big loss there. I think that was my let me see, that was my $800 loss. Yeah, so I was positive on the day at that point, and took it negative. So I went negative $800 on the day, and yeah, just really frustrated with this. And I think what it came down to is this stock is super crowded. Let's look at, I mean, there's 137 million shares traded today, volume, which is crazy crowded. A lot of people in this name. And so what happens is we get this rip, which I thought wasn't likely, to the upside, and it completely reclaims. And so as it's ripping up, I thought, okay, this is the moment where, you had this what could have been a fake out in the sense that it dramatically moved very quick, and now it's running up to the upside. So I'm thinking if we break past 1110, chances are we're gonna rip beyond that. So I'm getting in for this, and so I got in, and I got in right about 1070 and 1080. There's two batches that I got in, and I told myself, okay, have some patience, wait for this thing to make its move. It's showing strength now. Just be patient. And I sat around in it. So I sat around with some unrealized profit, probably around like $200, sitting in the sideways movement, waiting for that next pop up to to break past the 1120 area. We get just a slight move up and the rip down. So I just, at this point, I got, this thing was just up and down all over the place. Very kind of difficult to anticipate where these zones were going to break out or resist. And I don't know. I really thought that if this whole U spot here, if we came down this hard, consolidated and then ripped up, I really thought it had the momentum to break this flat zone here and go beyond. And, it broke down, so I ended up selling, and it was just kind of a disaster of a trade day on this one, and really didn't do good on the name at all. So I'll show you. I basically ended up with about negative $800 on that name, and thank God AGE came into play. So here we go. AGE. This was at the end of the day. Look at this. So this one just kind of spikes up out of nowhere. And I'm looking at this, and by the time I got to it, it was right after it was, after this, after it went into a halt. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this could be, it looks like a therapeutics company. Let's look at the yearly. Yearly is definitely not looking good. It's had its times of run-ups, but nothing has been contained, and it always seems to rip up and then just completely fade. So I thought to myself, okay, if I'm going to trade it to long side, let's just get in quick scalp trades. And that's exactly what I did. So had one trade on it. Let's see, up $63 on it. That was my first trade on it, and it was after the halt here. Just trying to get in, get out. I missed, a bigger part of the move, but I still got some good profit on this move here. So $63, okay, whatever, I'll take it. And then as I see this candle ripping down, I thought to myself, okay, this actually looks interesting for a short now. So let me get in for that. So I started getting in for a short here, and I really kind of built up the position. Let's see. I had, let's see, it looks like about 4,000 shares. Yeah, and my average price on this thing, I don't know why I can't see the other one. My average price was, I think, somewhere in, I started accumulating around, it was 128, okay? So I started slowly buying in, was actually shorting it. So getting in and getting about 4,000 shares and average priced at 128. And so we get this nice rip down, and I'm still holding it. I'm thinking, okay, let's see how much further we can go. I think this, that's a huge move to the downside. And I'm kind of looking at some areas here. I'm thinking, geez, all the way down to, dollar looks good, but I didn't want to get too greedy. So anyways, we got another move up. I wasn't too worried about it, and came back down, crossed VWAP, and I ended up selling right before the market closed, and I covered at 104. I would have loved to keep holding, or kept holding, down to $1, but I just didn't want to have too much greed for today, and kind of respect the market, and if I can go green from a really red day, then I'll be happy with that. So anyways, yeah, covering at 104, and that put me in. That trade right there was worth $974. So that took me from being negative 758 all the way to $216 in the green for today. So hey, it's not a big green day, but to recover like that on one nice trade is, I'm really happy with that. So that's, I used to, when I didn't have a margin account before, I really couldn't short stocks. And even with E-Trade, it's not really the best for shorting. But when the opportunities are there like this, there's plenty of times we have, the pump and dumps, the ones that go ripping up and come right back down. And if, it's great to be able to trade them to the long side, but to also be able to trade them to the downside is great too, to make your money that way too. And it was, totally worth it in this case, and helped me kind of save the day. So that was the winning trade for today. Very happy with it, and happy that I just closed the day green, to be honest. And other than that, yeah, NTRB was quite a SOB. So let me know if you traded these stocks, how you did on this name. Let me know what you thought about this, if it was crazy, if it was volatile for you. I mean, it is kind of holding this base, which is interesting, kind of holding this whole area of 989. And we've got this whole sideways range, so who knows? Maybe next week this thing goes ripping higher. I don't know. So that's it for today. Happy New Year to you. I hope you guys have been enjoying the channel. And make sure, I'm going to continue this journey and trying my best and really just giving you guys kind of the exposure of the journey, what it's like, and kind of my experience with it. And I hope you guys have been enjoying it. And that's really it for today. So once again, Happy New Year to you. We'll see you in 2022.